Hey guys, how are you? This is my first ever lesson in my course English for the Thinkers, and today's lesson is about question and paragraph formation. Before that, let me introduce you all to myself. My name is Srishti Rishi, and I've done my bachelor's in business under London School of Economics. And on the professional front, I am heading the business development department at Rare Technologies. We deal with machineries. And at the same time, I'm a teacher at this NGO called the Candle Project, wherein we teach underprivileged children English, computers, and confidence building. And on the personal front, I'm a marathoner, a hiker, and a big time football and a fitness freak. So yeah, and hey guys, you know what? Y'all can totally follow me on this link given below. Do not just follow, please give in your feedback, your rate reviews, and any doubts y'all have, please share with me so we can, go ahead. So now, going ahead with question formation. We will first begin the session with question formation. Now, when back in school, we were taught to form questions. How were we introduced to it? We were told the basics of like the different kind of questions like what, where, how, when, do you, should you, can we, which, who, why, will you. These kind of questions, different questions, we were being taught, like the concept of these questions, their meanings, and like where to put what question in what situation. Like the question, you put the verb along with the subject. This was like the basic grammatical rule. Like for example, question being what, verb being is. Subject you can take like what is global warming, or even we can go like question, subject and verb, wherein we say can Saurabh play cricket, something like that. So we were being taught different types of question along with this grammatical rule. What if I told you there's a new way to form questions? Much easier, interesting, and hey guys, just a heads up, I'm not saying do not follow the rules that were being taught to us, but this is so that y'all learn in a much interesting way rather than just mugging things the way we used to do. So here is a new technique where we can form questions. We can think of a sentence, a random sentence, and surrounding the sentence, we can form different kind of questions. Confused? Let's take an example. Raj got disqualified from the talent show. Oh. Now, think about all the questions that we can form surrounding this sentence. Think about it. There is, who got disqualified from the talent show? The answer to it comes, Raj got disqualified from the talent show. Now, like this, we will come up with different questions whose answer is nothing else but the sentence that we thought. So like that, think about such more questions. We now have, what did Raj get disqualified from? Raj got disqualified from the talent show. Why is Raj sad, low, or unable to focus at home or at work? Well, that's because Raj got disqualified from the talent show. How is Raj's passion for dance progressing? Well, Raj got disqualified from the talent show, so you know how it is. Why can't we see Raj on TV? Hey, I thought of this question because a lot of reality and talent shows are on TV so well. Why can't we see Raj on TV? And that's because Raj got disqualified from the talent show. Oh. And again, what was the result of Raj's bad behavior? Well, Raj got disqualified from the talent show, and this is what we had to do. So you see how we have formed questions surrounding the sentence, making the sentence the answer of these different questions. Let's take another example. Schools should encourage all the students to come to school using bicycle as a mode of transport. Now, let's form questions in such a way that this sentence should be the answer to the questions. And please guys, if in case y'all have more questions to add to this, go for it. Shower me with all your questions. The question that I thought of was, can schools do something for the students who cannot afford to pay for the school bus? Yeah, schools should encourage all the students to come to school using bicycle as a mode of transport. What must schools do to develop a sense of fitness among the students? Well, you know what schools must do now. How can schools contribute to reduce traffic and pollution? Well, this is what schools must do. They should encourage all the students to come to school using bicycle. And what is your suggestion about the students who are lazy and are not reaching school on time? Hey, you know what? I think schools should suggest all the students to come to school using bicycle. So you see how we are forming questions when we get our sentences, but use those sentences as the answer. So how y'all can do is y'all can come up with random sentences, random such sentences, and this basically helps you with critical thinking. I'm sure y'all have heard this term whenever y'all are preparing for your GMAT. This helps with critical thinking wherein you're trying to broaden your thinking process. You're not just thinking as to your basic question like what, where, when, how. You're thinking as to a different, you're coming up with different questions and broadening your thinking process. And this is what my main point is behind this exercise, that y'all are not just forming questions per se just for the sake of forming questions, but y'all are actually thinking as to what are the different questions that we can come up with for the answer to be the sentence. Now coming to our next drill, that is paragraph formation. Now we've been forming paragraphs and essays since childhood even till now, when we have to submit our essays to different universities. So here, this is a new way to form paragraphs. First we think of a topic, or we have a topic. Next, now that we have a topic, so consider the topic as a sentence like we had in the previous drill, and form questions surrounding the topic. Once we have the questions in hand, we arrange all the questions in an ascending order, and the answer of the questions will then be written in the form of a paragraph or an essay. Let's see, let's take an example. We have an example, we've got a topic, village life versus city life. Now we've got all the questions, we've gathered all the questions here. For example, what kind of food do we get both in village and city? How are the festivals celebrated? The political hierarchy? How is the education system and the scope of employment? Which countries follows which culture, rural or urban? Transportation, tourist attraction, sense of clothing. How is it like to live in a city? And how is the city life like? Oh wait, how is it to live in a village? Sorry, I'm really sorry for that. What are the common factors? How beneficial is a village for a city and vice versa? And what is your preference and why? We've got all our questions. Now let's form it in an ascending order. Now we've got all our questions in an ascending order. First being like, how is it like to live in a village and how is a city life like? You would want to start your paragraph with explaining what is a village, how is it like to live in a village, and same in the case of a city. Then what are the common factors about the two of them? What is similar about the two of them? In the next very paragraph, you can actually spend one entire paragraph on talking about the differences of both of the places, because there are so many differences. You all can give examples on it, and so spending on one, it is basically good to write one full paragraph on it, so it gives more effect of a comparison. Then how beneficial, like after this paragraph, you can come to how beneficial is a village for a city and vice versa. Again, you all can put in your feedback to it, like put in examples to it and write one full paragraph to it. And then you can spend one paragraph to which country follows which culture. And at the end, it's very, very crucial to put in your preference and why, which basically forms nothing else but a conclusion. Because this question, I feel, comes last because you've provided all your points that support your preference. And then you've come to this conclusion. So this is how we've actually formed an essay. You write the answers in the form of the paragraph, and hey, you've got your essay right there. Let's come to one of the topics which you'll generally find universities asking you, if in case you all want to go in for your master's or for your MBA. This question is sort of frequently asked. Describe your experience of working in a team in your personal and professional life, and what role would you like to play? Find it familiar? You know what I've done for you all? I have actually collected all the questions surrounding this topic and I've already put it in the ascending order. So nothing else, just write the answers to it in this ascending order and please put in your thoughts to the answers, like elaborate on these answers and write it in the form of an essay. Your essay in this case has to be pretty long. So let's go about the questions. What is your notion about a team, and which type of teamwork do you believe in? Functional, cross-functional, or self-directed? It adds more value when you first describe what your topic is exactly about, emphasize a little more on the topic, and then you go on about the further details. Next question being, which type of team have you worked or are working with in both professional and personal front? It's very crucial to mention that these are the teams that I've worked in previously, and currently this is the scenario that I'm working in, both in personal and professional, and what impact is it putting on you at the moment, how you feel you are as a person right now. Next, a particular situation or an experience where you've contributed the most, and what did you learn out of it? It does not have to just be, hard-working contribution. It can also be a smart move that you've played, a life-changing point, a turning point in this kind of a situation wherein you've contributed the most, not just in terms of hard work, but even in terms of your smartness, where you've actually felt proud of yourself, and what did you learn out of it? Then your overall experience for working in a team. It is very crucial because putting in your views is what matters the most. What did you learn out of your entire experience? What do you think team working for you is? Not just by the definition, by your own experience. You express yourself out in this particular point. Next is a role that you would fit in, and what is the driving force behind it. Guys, it can be, not necessary that you have to say that, hey, I want to lead a team. You can also be someone who likes to follow rules and not just set rules. You can not just be someone who takes the risk, but also, follows the leader kind of a thing. You can, and it's not a bad thing, to be very honest. So definitely put in what role do you like to play, or what role would you like to see yourself playing in a group or in a team, and what is the driving force behind it. It can be an inspiration that, hey, this is one person I had come across and I want to be contributing to a team like this. Or it can also be like a bad experience that, there was a leader who was not putting a good impact on me or on my colleague or on my teammate. So this is something that, has been inspiring me, and I want to change the way my team would look like. So this is coming on to how you would actually write a brief essay about in such a situation. Guys, why don't you do one thing? Give me your feedback as to how did you all find this lesson, and also you could come up with different sentences, form questions out of it, and also you could write your answers of this particular topic and form an essay and let me know about your thoughts. Thank you so much.